We've got the 100-meter freestyle, 100-meter butterfly for para, the 200-meter breaststroke, 50-meter breaststroke for para, the 50-meter butterfly, holding the 100 backstroke for our para swimmers before we have the time final 800-meter freestyle and the 4x100-meter freestyle relay.
Une grosse soirée ce soir devant nous. Nous commençons avec le 400 mètres libre chez les paras, suivi du 50 mètres d'eau, du 100 cueni para, du 150 cueni para, pardon, du 100 mètres libre, le 100 mètres papillon para, le 200 mètres brasse, le 50 mètres brasse para, le 50 mètres papillon, le 100 mètres d'eau para, suivi des dernières séries du 800 mètres libre et des 4 x 100 mètres libres, les relais 4 x 100 mètres libres. Les athlètes de l'équipe nationale sont encore disponibles dans la mezzanine pour signer des autographes. Ce soir, nous avons Ariana Hunsaker, Alexandre Lepage, Ali Deal et Danielle Doris. Ils seront là jusqu'à 15h30. Veuillez rencontrer certains des meilleurs nageurs au Canada.
National team swimmers will be available in the mezzanine area on the main concourse level to sign autographs up until 5:30 p.m. this evening. Make her way up to meet some of Canada's top talent. Ariana Hunsaker is there tonight, as well as Alexandre Lepage, Ali Deal, and Danielle Doris. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our first event of the night. I'd like to welcome to the pool deck your finalists for the event number 307. This is a 400-meter freestyle for women's para multi-class swimmers.
In lane 0 from the Grand Prairie's Piranha, we have Natalie Clark. In lane 1 from the Barrie Trojan Swim Club, Alessa Darby. Dans le couloir 2 du Club Aquatique Saint-Eustache, Lysandre Lepage. In lane 3 from Pacific Coast Swim Club, Sophie Wood. In lane 4 from the Orangeville Otters, Alyssa Smythe. In lane 5 from Pacific Seawolves, Mary Jibb. In lane 6 from the Saskatoon Lasers, Shelby Newkirk. Dans le couloir 7 de l'Université Laval, Ariel Bélanger. And in lane 8 from the Vernon Kanoki Swim Club, Bria Duncan. This is your final for the women's para 400 freestyle. Madam Referee.
We're off in the first race of this afternoon session. We did have a number of records broken this morning. A few provincial records as well as some meet records. We saw Oliver Dawson in the 200-meter breaststroke break the meet record down to 2:12.82, and also in the 50-meter butterfly, Oli Item swam 23.66 for a new meet record, as well as Taylor Ruck in the 50-meter butterfly was done in our last event. And Valley Van Buxmark, that was a provincial record for her in the 450 medley, another para record done by her for the weekend. And we also had a few other provincial age group records. As this 400-meter freestyle gets underway, Mary Jibb in lane number 5. Out quickly this morning, Jibb, she swam a 4:52.71, just behind Alyssa Smythe. West Van Otter swimmer at 4:52.55. And Smythe swims in the S13 category, and it's S10 for Jibb. They get through the first 100 almost together, 1:08.5 to 1:08.99, 0.4 of a second separating them. Currently sitting in third, Sophie Wood in lane number 3. It was a reminder, it's para swimming, so these final and overall placings are determined by the World Para Points, not necessarily by time. We do have swimmers in a number of different categories throughout this event, the 400-meter freestyle, including S6, S7, S8, 10, and 13. All have their individual point scoring tables, which is what we use to compare the swims and get our final results. Smythe holding on to a good lead here going into the 200. It was just 0.2 of a second separating them this morning. And 2:21.94 to 2:23.19 is a split time, so separated by a little bit more than a second as they turn on to the back half of this race of the 400-meter freestyle. This morning, and Smythe for around about 3 minutes. It's the same split for Mary Jibb in lane number 5, 2:58.41 though for Smythe. That's 3 seconds faster than she was this morning. Carrying some good momentum up here to the 3/4 mark in this race. And there we are at the 300 mark, 3:45 to 3:38. She's still looking strong, 3 seconds faster than she was this morning. Coming in with a seat time of 4:52.69, so she's right on that, just 0.02 of a second off this morning. And it's the last turn for your race leader in lane number 4. That's Alyssa Smith. Mary Jibb turns next, 4 seconds back. Alyssa Smythe, sorry, she does have a seat time of 4:44. Looks to see if she's going to crack that 4:50 mark, as she's got a nice lead here coming to the finish with 15 meters left to go. Alyssa Smythe. Here in a women's pair of 400-meter freestyle, she's going to be first to the wall. 4:52.55 this morning, and a good drop here tonight, 4:47.50. And second will go to Mary Jibb in lane number 5, time of 4:54.37. third to the wall is going to be lane number 1, Alyssa Darby. Turning it to 5:19.98. That's at the 300. Third is going to be Sophie Wood. Going to finish in a time of 5:31.19. Waiting on those final results, reordered by points. And just a note to our coaches and the swimmers in the 400, your medal presentations for this women's race will happen immediately following the men's race. And there we go. Final results on the pool, on the scoreboard. Results are official. And coming up next, this is our final for the men's 400-meter freestyle. Please welcome to the pool deck your finalists for event number 308.
In lane 2, from the Regina Marlins, Leo Zhang. Dans le couloir 3 du Centre de haute performance Québec, Reed Maxwell. In lane 4, from Olympian Swimming, Ken Stroud. In lane 5, from Pickering, John Gillis. Et dans le couloir 6 de Neptune Natation, Antoine Saint-Germain. Voici votre finale pour le 400 mètres libre para. Mr. Referee.
men's 400-meter freestyle for our pair of swimmers. Swimming in lane number 4. Lane number 4 is Ken Stroud. He's the top seed in this one. Lane number 3, Reed Maxwell. Down a pretty fast 200-meter opening split this morning. Down near his personal best at 2:08. Bit of a different strategy here tonight, more relaxed on the way out. Top qualifier by time was Stroud. Swimming in lane number 4 for Olympian swimming, he was a 4:52.23. Maxwell does have a seat time down at 4:26. He's up with Stroud as they come through the first 100. Maxwell turning at 1:06.3, just 7/100ths of a second, or 6/100ths of a second back is Stroud. In lane number 4, third is Gillis, swimming in lane number 5. Maxwell swimming at S8 category, Stroud S10, and John Gillis S9. Those are your 3 leaders. Maxwell, a medalist at the Para World Championships in Singapore last summer, as well as the 2024 Paralympic Games. He's now taken over the lead. And Maxwell's looking relaxed in lane number 3 as he comes to the halfway point, a body length ahead. Go at the 200-meter mark, 2:16.15, Reed Maxwell. 3 seconds up on Stroud, swimming in lane number 4. Gillis back at 2:23.09. Just a reminder for our women in the 400-meter freestyle, our pair of women, your medal presentations will happen immediately following this race. Maxwell putting together some very consistent 50s through 250 meters. But he's starting to pick it up as he comes to the 300 wall. Getting a bit of ground on the field. And 100 meters to go for your race leader in lane number 3. 7 seconds back is Stroud, swimming in lane number 4, followed by Gillis. These are the top 3 here in the 400-meter freestyle for our pair of men. Drop on that last 50 for Reed Maxwell, down to 33.7. As he comes to the finish, just 15 meters left to go for your race leader in lane number 3, Reed Maxwell. And it's going to be Maxwell in lane number 3, winning in a time of 4:32.47. Next in is going to be lane number 4. It's Ken Stroud from Olympian Swimming. Time on the board, 4:47.23. And just over his seat time, and in for third, John Gillis in a time of 4:53.63. right on his sea time as well. Those are our top 3 finishers by time here in a 400-meter freestyle for our para men. We'll wait for our final swimmers and then reorder the board according to the points. Just waiting for that board to be reordered so we can declare it official. We'll be moving on to the medal presentations for both the women and the men in the 400-meter freestyle. And there we have it. Results on the board are official, so time now for medal presentations for our para swimmers, both the women and the men, in the 400-meter freestyle.
Please welcome our medalists for the women's 400-meter freestyle para. In 3rd place from the Saskatoon Lasers, Shelby Newkirk. In 2nd place from the Pacific Seawolves, Mary Jibb. And in 1st place from the Orangeville Otters, Alyssa Smythe. Congratulations, medalists. Next up, we have the medal presentations for the men's 400 freestyle para. In 3rd place from Pickering, John Gillis. In 2nd place from the Olympian Swimming, Ken Stroud. Et en première position du Centre de haute performance Québec, Reed Maxwell. Congratulations, medalists.
And with that, we're ready to bring out our next set of finalists for our next event, event number 13. This is the women's 50-meter backstroke. Please welcome to the pool deck your A finalists.
In lane 0 from the Etobicoke Swim Club, Eva Joubert. In lane 1 from the Grand Prairie Piranhas, Michaela Lauren. In lane 2 from Calgary Swimming, Christine Zhao. In lane 3 from the UBC Thunderbirds, Bridget Burton. In lane 4 from Cascade Swim Club, Ingrid Wilm. In lane 5, Helena Montrachard. In lane 6 from the Okotoks Mavericks, Lucy Weens. In lane 7 from Etobicoke Swim Club, Olive Rogers. In lane 8 from the Kenora Swimming Sharks, Angelica Ba. And in lane 9 from the Kingston Blue Marlins, Helena Tripp. This is your A final for the women's 50-meter backstroke. Madam Referee.
We go on the 50-meter backstroke for the women. Last year's winner in lane number 4, Ingrid Wilm. She's also the championship record holder and the pool record holder in this event. Pool record goes back to 2022, a time of 27.73 seconds. And Wilm this morning swam 28.64. And she's got a half body length on the field as she comes into the finish. It's going to be Wilm in 4. 28-2-1 for the win. Second goes to Bridget Burton in lane number 3. And third goes to lane number 6 from the Okotoks Mavericks, Lucy Weens. Swimmers who can clear the pool. And the results on the board are official. Time now for our B final. Madam Referee. We just have a short technical delay here as we reset one of our backstroke starting ledges.
And they're off for the B final of the women's 50 backstroke. Top seed in this heat from the Killarney Swim Club, Sophie Holowaychuk. Although this was a really, really tight race this morning, all of the swimmers within a second of each other, and we can see it now as they are more than halfway through the race. It's really too tight to call. Coming into the wall, it will be in lane 4, Sophie Holowaychuk in a time of 30.00 to win your B final.
Swimmers, you may clear the pool.
And results on the board are official. And here we go with our next A final. This is for event number 14, the men's 50-meter backstroke. Here they come, your A finalists.
Dans le couloir 0 de Pointe-Claire, Oliver Carpenter. In lane 1 from Olympian Swim Club, Regan Peace. In lane 2 from the Windsor Aquatic Club, Gavin Shinkchelchuk. In lane 3 from the Cascade Swim Club, Parker DeHaze. In lane 4 from HPC Ontario, Javi Acevedo. In lane 5 from the UBC Thunderbirds, Raven Doman. In lane 6 from the University of Michigan, Inbar Danziger. In lane 7 from Cascade Swim Club, Cole Pratt. In lane 8 from Crest Swimming, Jacques Harrison. And in lane 9 from the Etobicoke Swim Club, Emerson Tully. This is your A final for the men's 50-meter backstroke. Mr. Referee.
Off we go in the 50 backstroke. Great start in the middle of the pool. Javier Acevedo is the top qualifier. He swam a 25.87 this morning. The Canadian national record holder in this event at 24.90. Also the qualifying time for the LA 2028 Olympic Games. And it's a tight race in the middle of pool. They come to the finish, and it's Acevedo, time of 25.84. Second goes to Ingvar Dasbiger, swimming in lane number 6. And bronze is going to Cascades Parker DeHaze in lane number 3. Results on the board are official. Time now for Heat 2. This is our B final.
Top seed in this heat from this morning was set by Reese Walda from the Windsor Aquatic Club in a time of 27:30. Similar to the women's B final of the 50 back, all of these men are within a second of each other. Really, really tight races. They come down the pool. In the last 10 meters, still too close to call. Last 5 meters, it's going to be in lane 4, Reese Walda from the Windsor Aquatic Club in a time of 27:25 to win your B final.
Servers may clear the pool. Results on the board are official. Time now for our next event, event number 309. Welcome to the pool deck. Our finalists in the women's 150 medley.
In lane 4, from the Royal City Aquatic Club, Jordan Tucker. And in lane 5, from Whitby Swimming, Ali Van Wyksmart. This is your final for the women's 150 medley para. Madam Referee.
Go for 150 medley for our women. This is a pair of multi-class event. Jordan Tucker just a couple seconds off of her entry time. She swam 3:49.90 this morning. Ali Van Wyksmart just 5/100ths of a second over. This pair medley race is backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. And Tucker swimming in the SM4 category, and Van Wyksmart SM3. Pretty evenly matched through the backstroke as they come to the 50 wall. They were just 0.3 of a second apart this morning. It's pretty similar here again tonight. Look like we have a light touch by Ali Van Wyksmart in lane number 5. She was to the 50 wall first as they move on to the breaststroke. We will be doing awards presentations for the 50-meter backstroke for the women and the men, as well as this 150 medley immediately following this heat. Once again, we'll be looking for our medalists in just a couple minutes for both the 50-meter backstroke, the women and the men, as well as in this race, 150 medley. Jordan Tucker gaining a bit of a ground on this second 50. Tucker getting to the 100 wall out in front in lane number 4. 110 on the backstroke, 137 for her breaststroke split. Van Wyksmart touches in a 147.3 split for her breaststroke. They've got 50 meters of freestyle left to go in this race. Tucker should be pretty close to what she did this morning. It was a 3:49.90. Should be first to the wall here, 3:49.27, taking off 0.7 from this morning.
And then Wick Smart, she was just 6/100ths of a second over her sea time. So I'm at 4:24.31 this morning, so we'll see if she can get down underneath that entry time. As she comes in to finish in lane number 5, time of 4:21.27, 3 seconds better than her entry time. So we will be reordering this board, getting these final results. When we move to our medal presentations, we're going to present for the men, followed by this medley relay, as we do have a reswim coming for our women's 50-meter backstroke. Results on the board are now official. Time now for medal presentations in the men's 50-meter backstroke.
Please welcome the medal presentation for the men's 50-meter backstroke. In third place from the Cascade Swim Club, Parker DeHaze. In second place from the University of Michigan, Inbar Danzinger. And in first place from HBC Ontario, Javier Acevedo. Congratulations, medalists. Next up, we'll have the medal presentations. We'll have the medal presentations for the women's 150 medley para multi-class. In second place from Whitby Swimming, Ali Van Wicksmart. And in first place from the Royal City Aquatic Club, Jordan Tucker. Congratulations, medalists.
Scratch deadline for tomorrow is at 6 p.m. tonight. But before we get to that, we are going to be re-swimming that 50-meter backstroke A final. Sorry, this will just be the swimmers who had the malfunctioning backstroke ledge. And it looks like it's going to be lane number 5. This is Helena Mont-Richard. Madam referee. So we did have one of the backstroke ledges fail on the start of our finals. We're having Mont-Richard swim that over again. She was 29:49 this morning. We'll look to see if she can get quicker than that here tonight, swimming on her own in lane number 5 and swimming unattached. And Haliana Montrichard in lane number 5 to the finish. The time 29.34. We're going to combine that into our results to get those final overall placing. The results on the board are official. And we're going to combine those results, but right now we're getting underway for our next event. This is the Women 100-meter Freestyle. Here are your A finalists.
In lane 0 from Kisu Swim Club, Marley Windsor. In lane 1 from the UBC Thunderbirds, Emma O'Croynan. Dans le couloir 2 du Club Natation Bleu et Or Brooklyn, Douthbright. In lane 3 from the University of Michigan, Bella Sims. In lane 4 from HBC Vancouver, Taylor Ruck. In lane 5 from the Etobicoke Swim Club, Ella Jansen. In lane 6 from Toronto Swim Club, Leah Tegert. In lane 7 from Calgary Swimming, Ranumi Eswaraj. In lane 8 from the Kelowna Aquajets, Kelly Chow. And in lane 9 from the Ottawa Y Olympians, Jordan Richardson. This is your A final for the women's 100-meter freestyle, Madam Referee.
We go here. Taylor Ruck, one of the all-time fastest Canadians in this event. Broke the pool record this morning, swimming 54.45, just about a half second off the meet record. That was set by Summer McIntosh 2 years ago, a time of 53.90. Ella Jansen seated second in lane number 5 for Etobicoke Swimming. Followed closely by Bella Swims in lane number 3 as Ruck goes through that first 50 meters, 25.7, 4/10 of a second. Faster than she was this morning. And this meet record could be in jeopardy. We'll see what Ruck can do here over the last 25 meters. Second is Bella Swims in lane number 3, followed by Jansen in lane number 5. And Ruck doing a great job, a body length out on the field as we come to the finish. Taylor Ruck in lane number 4 with the win and a new meet record down at 53.80. Taking down the old mark by Summer McIntosh in 2024. Second goes to Michigan's Bella Sims in lane number 3, and third goes to Etobicoke's Ella Jansen in lane number 5. Swimmers may clear the pool. Results on the board are official. New meet record, Taylor Ruck, 53.80. Time now for our B final. Madam Referee.
And they're off for your B final of the women's 100-meter freestyle. Top seed from this morning, Rowan Bagloli from Ajax Aquatic Club in a time of 57:22. Let's see what she can do here in this B final of the 100-meter freestyle. At the turn, it'll be Bridget Burton, typically a backstroke specialist, trying her hand here in the 100 free, flipping at a time of 27:13. Very, very fast opening 50. And she's still solidly in control in the lead here in this B final of the 100-meter freestyle. As they come into the wall, it will be Bridget Burton, followed closely by Rowan Biffert.
Just like everybody know, we'll be doing medal presentations for the 50-meter backstroke for the women, immediately following this race, as well as the 100-meter freestyle for the women. Results on the board are official swimmers who may clear the pool. Time now for awards presentations for the 50-meter backstroke for the women, as well as our 100-meter freestyle.
Please welcome your medalists for the women's 50-meter backstroke. Winning your bronze medal from the Okotoks Mavericks, Lucy Weens. Winning your silver medal from the UBC Thunderbirds, Bridget Burton. And winning your gold medal from the Cascade Swim Club, Ingrid Wilm. Congratulations, medal. In second place from the University of Michigan, Arabella Sims. And in first place with the 12th fastest time in the world so far this year, from the HBC Vancouver, Taylor Rock. Congratulations, medalists.
Time now for our next event. This is event number 16. This is the men's 100-meter freestyle. And here come your A finalists.
In lane 0 from the University of Calgary varsity team, Addison Butler. In lane 1 from the Ramac Aquatic Club, Eric Ginsberg. In lane 2 from the Okotoks Mavericks swimming, Finley Knox. In lane 3 from the University of Michigan, Ole Adam. In lane 4, Daniel Krzyzewski. Dans le couloir 5 du Club Athlétique Montréal, Antoine Sauvé. In lane 6 from Calgary Swimming, Laun Kim. In lane 7 from Cascade Swim Club, Yuri Kissel. In lane 8 from the Saskatoon Goldfins, Blake Tierney. And in lane 9, Owen Eck. This is your A final of the men's 100-meter freestyle, Mr. Referee.
Off we go. Keep your eye on lane number 4, Daniel Krzyzewski. He broke Yuri Kissel's pool record earlier this morning. Now time is 49.14. He was just 3/100ths of a second over the meet record in this event set by Yuri Escobar back in 2024. That time stands at a 48.90. And Krzyzewski this morning out 23.3. Here he is at the 50 now at 23.8, 23.7 for Lon Kim, the youngster from the University of Calgary Swim Club. He's out quick in lane number 6, pushing the middle of the pool. Here comes Anton Sauvé, the Canadian record holder in the 200-meter freestyle. He won that event last night. He has now brought himself up to the lead in lane number 5, ahead of Krzyzewski and ahead of Kim. It's going to be Sauvé in 5 and 49.26 for the win. Camo's Anton Sauvé. Second goes to Daniel Krzyzewski in lane number 4, and third is going to go to Michigan Swimming's Ole Idem, swimming in lane 3. Results on the board are official. Next up, this will be the B final.
And they're in the water for the B final of the men's 100-meter freestyle. Top seed from this morning from the Pointe Claire Swim Club, Zach Parise in a time of 51.76. Parise in lane 4, Cole Pratt in lane 3, and Raven Goman in lane 7 all train with the HPC Vancouver. And 3 men from the A final were also training HPC Vancouver. Maybe we should put them together and have a 4x1 free relay tonight. At the wall, it will be Cole Pratt in first with a time of 55.07, but extremely close. Everybody within half a second of each other here at the wall. As they come in, it looks like Pratt, last 5 meters, he will touch the wall. No, it'll be lane 6, Gavin Shelshuk in a time of 51.69. From the Windsor Aquatic Club to win your B final.
And results on the board are official. Time now for medal presentations for the men's 100-meter freestyle.
In third place from the University of Michigan, Ole Idem. In second place, Daniel Krzyzewski. Et en première position du Club Aquatique Montréal, Antoine Sauvé. Félicitations à tous nos médaillés.
And time now for our next event. This is event number 311. This is the 100-meter butterfly for our para women. Please welcome your finalists to the pool deck.
In lane 2 from the Northwestern Narwhal Swim Club, Zoe Hogard. Dans le couloir 3 de l'Université Laval, Marianne Leroux. In lane 3 from the Orangeville Otters, Alyssa Smythe. In lane 5 from the Okotoks Mavericks, Tiana Asala. In lane 6 from Brock, Emma Van Dyke. And in lane 7 from the Barrie Trojan Swim Club, Kate Smith. This is your A final for the women's 100-meter butterfly para, Madam Referee.
Butterflyers in the water. Alyssa Smythe. Right back in the middle of the pool for her next event. She was a 1:12.38 this morning. She's also the Canadian record holder in that event in the S13 category. Canadian record is time of 1:06.42. Tiana Asala out in front in lane number 5, 31.58 is her split time. Asala this morning was 1:14.13. That is right on her lifetime best. Stands at a 1:13.41. And Smythe taking over the lead in lane number 4 now as we come to the finish. About 10 meters left to go for Smythe. And it is Smythe in a time of 109.47. First to the wall. Asala is in next in lane number 5 for the Mavericks, time of 1:12.23. Just 4/100ths of a second up on Marianne Leroux, swimming in lane 3 with a 1:12.27. And results and placings are on the board are official. And here we go with our next event now. This is event number 312. This is the men's para 100-meter butterfly. Please welcome to the pool deck your finalists.
Dans le couloir 2 du club de natation Mont-Laurier, Guillaume Jacob Caillé. In lane 3 from the Fort McMurray Swim Club, Hunter Elberg. Dans le couloir 4 du Centre de haute performance Québec, Nicholas Bennett. Dans le couloir 5 de McGill, Jagdev Gill. In lane 6 from Kisu Swim Club, Cameron Chambers. And in lane 7 from Pickering, John Gillis. This is your final for the men's 100-meter butterfly para, Mr. Referee.
We go to our para men 100-meter butterfly. Dick Bennett, the top seed in lane number 4. 100.11 this morning. His personal best stands at 57.50. That is the Canadian record in the S14 category, the time he did last spring in Victoria. He's through the first 50 meters, 28.07, 6/100ths of a second ahead of Jagdev Gill. Swimming for McGill, followed by Fort McMurray's Hunter Hellberg in lane 3. Hellberg this morning a 1:08.00 and Gill 1:02.27. This one's all Nick Bennett now with 15 meters left to go in our final. And Nick Bennett in lane number 4, first to the wall at a time of 58.99, dipping into that 1 minute barrier. Second is Gill at a 1:02.14, and third at the touch at the time of 1:06.53. That's going to be Fort McMurray's Hunter Hellberg. Here we go with our results on the board. These are official. And with that, we're ready to bring our next set of finalists to the pool deck. These are your A finalists in the women's 200-meter breaststroke.
Dans le couloir 0 de Dorval Swim Club, Emma Basserman. In lane 1 from the Strathcona County Swim Club, Cameron Duffy. In lane 2 from Kisu Swim Club, Kaya Dimitri. In lane 3 from HBC Ontario, Sophie Angus. Dans le couloir 4 de Pointe-Claire, Camilla Blanchard. In lane 5 from Grand Prairie Piranhas, Marley Monson. In lane 6 from Pacific Coast Swimming, Miles Sanborn. In lane 7 from Toronto Swim Club, Leah Tiggart. In lane 8 from the University of Calgary varsity team, Sarah Hagen. Et dans le couloir 9 de Pointe-Claire, Bianca Bacchus. This is your A final of the women's 200-meter breaststroke. Madam Referee.
Go in the women's 200-meter breaststroke. Top qualifier in lane number 4, Camilla Blanchard from Pointe-Claire from 2:36.80 this morning. She was just 7/100ths of a second up on Grand Prairie's Marley Monson, swimming in lane number 5. And this morning, that first 50 for Blanchard was down at 34.82. Out about half second faster, but just 7/100ths of a second ahead of HBC Ontario's Sophie Angus, swimming in lane number 3. Angus this morning swam 2:37.24. She is the top seed in this event at a 2:24.84. She was third in this event last year. Sophie Angus with the lead in lane number 3. This morning at the 100-meter mark, she was out very quick in a 1:11.10. And she's bringing Blanchard out with her in lane number 4 as they get to the halfway point. 1:12.7 is the split time for Sophie Angus. Blanchard 1:13.2. That's a second and a half faster than she was this morning. Blanchard's got a lifetime best down at 2:33.70. She's challenging the veteran Angus in lane number 3 at the 150 meter. Comes to that turn at this wall. And Sophie Angus still with the lead as she gets to the 3/4 mark. She's going to turn at 152.60. That's right where she was this morning for Blanchard at 153.3. That's 2 seconds faster. Could be pretty close to her C time. Sitting in third, it is lane number 5, Monson from Grand Prairie. Monson this morning, she swam 2:36.87. And Angus now pulling away from the field as they come to the finish. It's going to be lane number 3. Sophie Angus winning in a time of 2:32.97. At the finish, Marley Monson from Grand Prairie comes in at a 2:34.11. Just 0.2 of a second up on Point Claire's Camilla Blanchard, swimming in lane number 4. And results on the board are official. Time now for our next heat. This is our B final. Madam Referee.
And we're off with our B final of the women's 200 meter breaststroke. Fastest time from this morning from the Killarney Swim Club, Sophia Spack. Only 12 years old. She qualified with a time of 2:44.38. The Canadian age group record in this event for the 11-12s is a 2:32.60 set by Shima Tajavi in 2024. Après 50 mètres, c'est Charlie-Rose Fortier du Club de natation Sherbrooke qui est en première avec un temps de 35.86. And she's followed by Danica Lakari with a 37.00.
Just a reminder, our swimmers in the para 100 meter butterfly for the women and the men, we will be doing awards presentations for your events immediately following this heat of the 200 meter breaststroke.
Toujours en première position de Sherbrooke, Charlie-Rose Fortier, qui tourne à un temps de passage de 1:17.59. Followed closely in second by Sophia Spack in a 1:18.22. The race is really heating up here with 4 or 5 girls across the middle of the pool that are really going stroke for stroke as we head into the last 75 meters. Charlie-Rose Fortier toujours en avance. Mais il y a 4 autres nageuses qui font un peu une remontée, qui la rattrapent un peu ici. C'est vraiment une bonne course entre les 5 nageurs dans le milieu de la piscine. Au 150 mètres, c'est Charlie-Rose Fortier avec un temps de passage de 1:59.66, juste en bas de la marque de 2 minutes. Elle est toujours en avance des autres nageuses. As we get to the last 25 meters, Charlie-Rose Fortier still in the lead, but Sophia Spack gaining on her. Coming down to a good race in these last 10 meters. These swimmers going stroke for stroke. Looks like Sophia Spack is getting a little bit of a lead here as we come into the last 5 meters. And at the wall, it will be Sophia Spack in 2:43.18.
And results on the board are official. Time now for awards presentations, beginning with event number 311. This is the women's 100-meter butterfly para.
En troisième position de l'Université de Laval, Marianne Leroux. In second place from the Okotoks Mavericks, Tiana Asala. And in first place from the Orangeville Otters, Alyssa Smythe. Congratulations, medalists. Next up, we have the men's 100-meter butterfly para multi-class. En troisième position de McGill, Jagdev Gill. In second place, du Centre de Haute Performance Québec, Nicholas Bennett. And in first place, from the Fort McMurray Swim Club, Hunter Helberg. Congratulations, medalists. And the last event in this medal presentation will be the women's 200-meter breaststroke. En troisième position, de Pointe-Claire, Camilla Blanchard. In second place from the Grand Prairies Piranha, Marley Monson. And in first place from the High Performance Center, Ontario, Sophie Angus. Congratulations, medalists.
And here we go with our next A final. This is event number 18, the men's 200-meter breaststroke. And here are your finalists.
In lane 0 from Cascade Swim Club, Bennett Thiessen. In lane 1 from the Nepean Canada Barracudas, Elias Soltani. In lane 2 from the Markham Aquatic Club, Kip Kong. In lane 3 from Crest Swimming, Benjamin Sescon. In lane 4 from the Grand Prairie Piranhas, Oliver Dawson. In lane 5 from the UBC Thunderbirds, Tanner Cole. In lane 6 from HBC Ontario, Apollo Hess. In lane 7 from the Nepean Canada Barracudas, Arthur Galliano. In lane 8 from the Kelowna Aquajets, Liam Chu. And in lane 9 from Crest Swimming, Noah McNeil. This is your A final for the men's 200-meter breaststroke, Mr. Referee.
Go the 200-meter breaststroke. Oliver Dawson, who just missed the senior Canadian record in the 50-meter breaststroke last night by 1/100th. Broke the meet record this morning in the 200-meter breaststroke, swimming 2:12.82. Old mark was 0.4 of a second slower, set in 2024. Dawson out very strong in the middle of the pool, 29.18 this morning. This morning he was out very quickly through the first 100 meters at 102.88 before relaxing on that third 50 and then bringing it home at the end. He's out even faster now, 29.18 on the first 50 split. Second is Apollo Hess in lane 6. And third in this 200-meter breaststroke early on, Benjamin Chisson swimming for Crest in lane 3. So Dawson this morning split a 102.88 through the first 100 meters. And a 102.30, so 0.5 of a second faster. And he is out much quicker than he was when he broke his Canadian nag at the World Championships last summer. He split a 103.30 at the 100 when he went a 210.32. See how close he can get to that swim here tonight. Hess still in second. Tanner Cole from UBC Thunderbirds in lane number 5 has moved ahead of Chesson into third. As Dawson gets to the last wall, 136.02. He is 0.8 of a second faster than he has ever been at the 150-meter mark before. He's known for his incredibly fast finishes. We'll see what he can get on this last 50. He needs 33.9 to get under 210. Personal best stands at a 210.32. And the meet record he swam this morning, 212.82. Dawson looking very strong as he comes to the finish. Oliver Dawson, Grand Prairie Piranhas, 209.52. That is just 0.7 of a second over the men's senior record in the 200-meter breaststroke. A new meet record by 3 seconds. Second goes to Apollo Hess, swimming in lane number 6 from HBC Ontario. And third goes to UBC Thunderbirds, Tanner Cole in lane number 5. Results on the board are official. Next up will be awards presentations for men's 200-meter breaststroke. Of course, by awards presentations, we met the B final of the 200-meter breaststroke. Award presentations to follow shortly thereafter.
Le nageur avec le temps de qualification le plus rapide de ce matin, Michael Auger de Neptune Natation, dans un temps de 2:27.86. À côté de son coéquipier Guillaume Lévesque, qui s'est qualifié en 2:28.40. Après le premier 50, ça va être Declan Sweetnam with a time of 31.71, out very quickly for this first 50 of the B final of the 200-meter breaststroke. Guillaume Lévesque, le deuxième temps de passage le plus rapide ici, 32.38. Very different strategies here. This isn't like a sprint race where everybody stays really close and bunched up. Some swimmers will be going out a lot faster than others to save up gas at the end of the 200-meter breaststroke. This is a grueling race, so lots can still change at the 100-meter mark. Declan Sweetnam still in the lead, 1:08.38, followed closely behind par Guillaume Lévesque dans un temps de 1:09.52. Michael Auger de Neptune Natation en troisième, juste à côté de son coéquipier dans un temps de 1:09.79. Less than 75 meters here to go in this B final of the 200-meter breaststroke. Tight race in the middle of the pool from lane 1 to lane 5. Going stroke for stroke, and at the wall here at the 150 mark, ça va être Guillaume Lévesque une 47-12, suivi de son coéquipier, une 47-99. Ces deux nageurs de natation ont vraiment fait presque exactement les mêmes splits durant tout ce 200. Les entraînements avec ces deux nageurs doivent être vraiment compétitifs. But it's going to be lane 5's Crosby Finneman making a move here in this last 50. The last 5 meters here of the 200 breast. It's going stroke for stroke. And at the wall, it's going to be Crosby Finneman from Area Tallahassee Aquatic Club, who will be taking this B final of the men's 200 breaststroke.
Results on the board are official. And now it is time for awards presentations in the 200-meter breaststroke for the men.
This is the award ceremony for the men's 200-meter breaststroke. In third place from the UBC Thunderbirds, Tanner Cole. In second place from the HBC Ontario, Apollo Hess. And in first place in a new meet record, pool record, and the 10th fastest time in the world so far this year, from the Grand Prairie Piranhas, Oliver Dawson. Congratulations, medalists.
Now moving on to our next event. This is event number 313. This is the 50-meter breaststroke for our para women. Please welcome to the pool deck your finalists.
In lane 4 from Whitby Swimming, Ali Van Wicksmart. This is your final for the women's 50 breaststroke para. Madam Referee.
And so Ali Van Wicksmart, Whitby Swimming in the SB2 category. So 147.82 this morning in this event. Best time just a little bit quicker than that at 140.42. From a couple events earlier tonight, so we'll see how Van Wicksmart goes in this one. Again, 147 the time done this morning, the 50-meter breaststroke for our para women. And then Wicksmart coming into the wall. Be pretty close to what she did this morning. She hits in a time of 1:48.50. And results on the board are official. Time now for our next event. This is event number 314. And here is your finalists for the men's 50-meter breaststroke para.
Dans le couloir 4 du club de natation Région du Québec, Étienne Boutin-Côté. Voici vos finalistes pour le 50 brasses para. Madame Referee. Étienne Boutin-Côté de CNQ s'est qualifié premier dans cette épreuve ce matin dans un temps de 1:19:34. Le record canadien pour cette épreuve dans la catégorie S3 est de 50,08 détenu par Jonathan Dielman, qui a été établi en 2016 aux Jeux paralympiques à Rio. Plus que 10 mètres lui reste pour son 50 brasses. Et au mur, il va toucher avec un temps de 1:15:78. Presque 4 secondes de plus rapide que ce matin.
And results on the board are official. Time now for our next event. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your finalists in the women's 50-meter butterfly.
In lane 0 from the Ajax Aquatic Club, Rowan Bagloli. In lane 1 from the Ottawa Y Olympians, Jordan Richardson. In lane 2 from the Kingston Blue Marlins, Helena Tripp. In lane 3 from the Killarney Swim Club, Matea Jigovic. In lane 4 from HBC Vancouver, Taylor Rock. In lane 5 from Etobicoke Swim Club, Ella Jansen. Dans le couloir 6 du Club Natation Bleu et Or, Brooklyn Douthright. In lane 7 from Cascade Swim Club, Ingrid Wilm. In lane 8 from the Alberta Marlin Aquatic Club, Rowan Biffert. And in lane 9 from Kisu Swim Club, Taryn Weatherhead. This is your A final for the women's 50-meter butterfly. Madam Referee.
Off we go in the 50-meter butterfly ruck in lane number 4. Top qualifier 26.29 this morning. That was a new meet record. She's been tearing up the record books here so far this weekend. She's out to a strong start in lane number 4. Keep your eye on lane number 7. Ingrid Willem also off to a good start. And it looks like it's going to be ruck this morning. 26.29 and 26.12. Another meet record for the win. Second goes to Matej Gigovic from Killarney in lane number 3. And third goes to Etobicoke's Ella Jansen, swimming in lane number 5. Swimmers who can't clear the pool. Results on the board are official. Next up, this is the B final in the women's 50-meter butterfly. Madam Referee.
Fastest time this morning in lane 4 from Rutgers University, Amelia Gonzalez with a time of 28:30. Every single woman in this final was under 29, just 28s across the board, so it's shaping up to be a really good race. As we come down here to the last 5 meters, it looks like lane 3, Blakely McBride is in the lead, but it will be Ranumi Eswaraj in a time of 28:09 that will touch first to win your B final.
Swimmers who may clear the pool. There we go, the results on the board from that previous heat, and they are official. As we move on to our next event, event number 20, this is the men's 50-meter butterfly, and here are our A finalists.
In lane 0 from the Windsor Aquatic Club, Reese Walda. In lane 1 from Calgary Swimming, Nicholas Duncan. In lane 2 from the Ramac Aquatic Club, Danielle Bernadier. Also from Ramac Aquatic Club, Eric Ginsberg in lane 3. In lane 4 from the University of Michigan, Ole Adam. In lane 5 from the Okotoks Mavericks, Finley Knox. In lane 6 from the UBC Thunderbirds, Raven Doman. In lane 7 from the Collingwood Clippers Swim Club, Liam Patterson. In lane 8 from the University of Calgary varsity team, Ian Cameron. In lane 9, also from the University of Calgary varsity team, Addison Butler. This is your A final for the men's 50-meter butterfly, Mr. Referee.
The item in lane number 4 broke the meet record, time of 23.66 this morning. He's our top seed in lane number 4, swimming for Michigan State. Beside him in lane number 5, Finley Knox, currently sitting in second, and Eric Ginsberg, the old meet record holder, into the top 3 now as they come to the finish. It's going to be item 23:41, breaking his own record mark from this morning. Second is going to go to Eric Ginsberg in lane number 3, and third is going to go to lane number 5, Finley Knox. Swimmers, you may clear the pool. And results on the board are official. Next up, this will be heat number 2. This is our B final. Off we go on this one. Jake Wodorsky is the top qualifier in lane number 4. Keep your eye on lane number 5 as Blake Tierney trying to break the Mark Spitz record. Nylon suit, no cap, no goggles. And stands at a 25:38 done by Spitz at the Munich Olympic Games. Going out in his 100-meter butterfly, but it looks a strong finish is happening in lane number 6 by Dylan Fernando, and it is Fernando, 25:33. Winning our B final of the 50-meter butterfly. Swimmers, you may clear the pool. And Tierney just 0.3 of a second over the Spitz record. We'll take another crack at that later on this year. Just waiting for the board to be declared official. While we're waiting for that, here we go. Results on the board are official medal presentations now for the 50-meter breaststroke para and the 50-meter butterfly.
In first place, from Whitby Swimming, Ali Van Wyksmart. Congratulations, medalists. Passons maintenant à la remise des médailles pour les 50 brasses para chez les hommes. En première position, de CNQ, Étienne Boutin-Côté. Félicitations à notre médaillé. Next up, we'll have the medal ceremony for the women's 50-meter butterfly. In third place, from Etobicoke Swim Club, Ella Jansen. In second place, from Killarney Swim Club, Matea Jigovic. And in first place, from HBC Vancouver, Taylor Rock. Moving on to our last awards ceremony, the men's 50-meter butterfly. In third place in the Okotoks Mavericks Swimming, Finley Knox. In second place from the Ramac Aquatic Club, Eric Ginsberg. And in first place in the University of Michigan, Ole Adam. Congratulations, medalists.
On to our next event now. This is event number 315. This is the women 100-meter backstroke for para. Please welcome to the pool deck your finalists.
In lane 0, De l'équipe de natation Cowansville, Juliane Pagé. In lane 1 from the Royal City Aquatic Club, Ruby Stevens. In lane 2 from the Saskatoon Lasers, Shelby Newkirk. In lane 3 from Pacific Coast Swimming, Sophie Wood. In lane 4 from the Pacific Sea Wolves, Mary Jibb. In lane 5 from Brock Niagara Aquatics, Emma Van Dyke. Dans le couloir 6 du Club Natation Bleu et Or, Danielle Doris. In lane 7 from the Prince Albert Shark Swim Club, Ali Deal. Dans le couloir 8 du Club Aquatique Saint-Eustache, Lysandre Lepage. Et dans le couloir 9 de l'Université Laval, Ariel Bélanger. Voici votre finale du 100 mètres d'eau para. Madame Referee.
Here we go in the 100-meter backstroke for the women. Top qualifier by time as well as points was Mary Jibb in lane number 4 for the Pacific Sea Wolves at 1:13.90 this morning, scoring 911 points. Sea time is down at 1:12.48. She swims in the S10 category. The record in that event set by Summer Mortimer, time of 1:05.90. It's done at the London Paralympics in 2012. As you come to the 50 wall, it is Jibb in lane number 4, turning in 34.71. That's 0.6 of a second faster than she was this morning. Emma Van Dyke is next in lane number 5, followed by Sophie Wood in 3. Jibb on pace to challenge that sea time of hers. It does stand at a 1:12.48. See how close she can get to that as she leads the way. Emma Van Dyke in second in lane number 5. And Sophie Wood still sitting in third as we come to the finish. It's going to be Jibb first to the wall this morning. It was a 1:13.90. And here we are tonight, 1:13.09, 0.8 of a second faster. Second to the wall in lane number 5 is Emma Van Dyke. And third is going to be lane number 3, Sophie Wood. Just waiting for that board to be declared official. And there we go. Results on the board are official. And welcome to the pool deck. Your next set of finalists. This is for event number 316, the men's 100-meter backstroke para.
Dans le couloir 0 du Centre de haute performance Québec, Tyson Jacob. In lane 1 from the Golden Horseshoe Aquatic Club, Antonio Fricano. In lane 2 from the Fort McMurray Swim Club, Hunter Hellberg. In lane 3 from Olympian Swimming, Ken Stroud. In lane 4 from Kisu Swim Club, Cameron Chambers. In lane 5 from the Stettler Swim Club, David Bursick. Dans le couloir 6 du Centre de haute performance Québec, Reed Maxwell. Dans le couloir 7 du Club Natation Mont-Laurier, Guillaume Jacob Caillé. Et dans le couloir 8 de Neptune Natation, Antoine Saint-Germain. This is your final for the men's 100 backstroke para, Mr. Referee.
Going to final 100-meter backstroke, top seed by time in lane number 4, Cam Chambers. This morning he swam a 109.15. He was just 1 point out of a medal position with that swim. We'll see if he can get out of himself here in the middle of the pool beside him in lane number 5. That's Stettler's David Bursick. Chambers in the S14 category, Bursick S13 as they come to the 50 wall. And it's going to be Bursick around first, 32.70. That is more than a full second faster than he was this morning. This morning is a 111.50. Does have a seat time down at 108.58. Chambers right back up there with him in lane number 4. Keep your eye on Reed Maxwell moving nicely in lane number 6. And making a late charge, it's the Olympian swimming Ken Stroud in 3. And we've got 4 abreast here in the middle of the pool as we come to the finish. Stroud with the momentum in lane number 3, and at the touch, it is Ken Stroud in a time of 109.19, first to the wall. Second is Cam Chambers in lane number 4 from Kishu, and third to the wall, it is Reed Maxwell swimming in lane 6. Note for our para swimmers, we will be doing our women's awards immediately following this heat, followed by our men. And results on the board are official. Time now for medal presentations for the women's para 100-meter backstroke.
In third place, du Club Natation Bleu et Or, Danielle Doris. In second place from the Pacific Seawolves, Mary Jibb. And in first place from the Saskatoon Lasers, Shelby Newkirk. Next up, the award ceremony for the men's 100 backstroke para. In third place from Olympian Swimming, Ken Stroud. In second place from Fort McMurray Swim Club, Hunter Hellberg. And in first place, du Centre de Haute Performance Québec, Reed Maxwell. Congratulations, medalists.
And with that, we are moving on now to event number 21. This is the time final women's 800-meter freestyle. Please welcome to the pool deck your top 10 seeded swimmers.
In lane 0 from Island Swimming, Lila Koropaniski. In lane 1 from Calgary Swimming, Callie Cardiff. In lane 2 from Kisu Swim Club, Kaya Dimitri. In lane 3 from Toronto Swim Club, Paige Stepanoff. In lane 4 from Winskill Dolphin Swim Club, Abigail McLeod. In lane 5 from Cascade Swim Club, Ellie Wise. In lane 6 from Kisu Swim Club, Hannah Rutten. Dans le couloir 7 de Pointe-Claire, Maëlie Michaud. In lane 8 from Edmonton Keanu Swim Club, Maëlle Bukawi. And in lane 9 from the Kelowna Aquajets, Juliette Nicholson. This is your top heat in the women's 800-meter freestyle, Madam Referee.
Top time done this morning was by Neptune's Delphine Pitera-Mercier, 8:58.27. A huge best time by her by 17 seconds and very close to that meet record that was done last year here in Edmonton. Tori McClensing, a time of 8:53.71. You have one swimmer seated underneath that time, Abigail McLeod in lane number 4 from Winskill, an entry time of 8:55.47. More swimmers seated under the 9-minute mark. Lane number 3, Paige Stepanoff from Toronto, and lane number 5, Ellie Wise from Cascade. 8:59.1 and 8:57.9 respectively. Through the first 100 is lane number 4, McLeod. Out in 1:03.21. So McLeod's best time is 8:55. To lap 33.5s or better consistently to get underneath that time. We'll keep an eye on each of her 50s as she goes to the 150-meter mark, about a body length up on the field. .33.6 split is on the 150, so we'll see if she can settle now at that pace. Stepanoff also at that pace at 33.6 as well. Right now, Delphine Pitera-Mercier put up that 8:58 this morning, pacing in front of these swimmers, and that time does stand towards the medals. Results from this morning are going to be combined with the swims we get here tonight to get those final and overall placings. Go through the 200 now. McLeod turns at 2:10.8, followed by Stepanoff at 2:12.2. Moving into third, that is University of Calgary's Callie Cardiff, swimming in lane number 1. Cardiff seated with a time of 9:06.62.
McLeod is settled at 33 highs. Still Sepinoff second, Cardiff third, just a 1/10 of a second back is Wise swimming in lane number 5. Now starting to make her move up towards the leaders as they come to the 300. And Wise picking up the pace. 7/10 of a second faster than the field in lane number 5 as she moves back into 3rd place, 2 seconds back of McLeod and race leader swimming in lane number 4. Stefanoff still sitting in second as Cardiff drops to 4th through the 300. And Wise still making up ground on these 50s. Splitting by 9/10 of a second on that one as they make their way to the 400. This morning, Pierre-Terre Mercier with a 4:25.32. And Wise has got herself all the way up to McLeod as they come to the 400-meter mark, the halfway point together. Wise turning just 5/100ths of a second ahead at 4:28.6. 4:28.7 is a split for McLeod. Cardiff back into 3rd in lane number 1. We're going to keep our eye on what's happening in lane number 9. Juliette Nicholson has been steadily working her way up against the field. She's moved herself into 5th place now, splitting 4:31.23 at the halfway point. Nicholson coming in with a seed time of 9:08.43, swimming for the Kelowna Aquajets. Wise still at 33 highs. She's pacing very close to going underneath the time that we saw this morning. A top time again, 8:58.27. We're going to keep our eye on the clock. This morning, Pierre-Terre Mercier was a 5:34.21 split. Wise is going to be just behind that as she turns here at the 500 at 5:36.5. Has a 34.0 split on that 50. 34.0 as well for Nicholson, who has gone from 5th to 4th in that last 100. She sits back of a final podium spot by just a 1/10 of a second behind Cardiff. We'll have to keep in mind the time done this morning, which will factor into the medals most likely. 5 lengths to go for your race leader, Ellie Wise, in lane number 5. She turns at 6:10.4, back under 34 seconds. This is the point where we saw Pierre-Terre Mercier jump up over 34 seconds on her splitting this morning. So if Wise can maintain this pace, she should be able to challenge that time. Here we come at the 600. Wise turning a 6:44.3. She's closed that gap. She's only a 1.5 back from the split that we saw from Pierre-Terre Mercier this morning. That was a 6:43.1. And Wise is going to need to maintain that pace under 34 seconds on these 50s, and she's going to go faster than the time we saw this morning. Juliette Nicholson creeping her way up. She is now into 3rd place, just going by Cardiff by a 1/10 of a second on that last 100. She's likely going to need to get ahead of McLeod, swimming 2nd in lane number 4. She wants to get herself on the podium. And we'll see if Nicholson can do that over these last 150 meters. Looking strong. Kishu's Hannah Rutten in lane number 6, picking up the pace as well, under 34 seconds on the last 50. Bells are going to come out, and it's going to be 100 meters left to go for Wise. Pierre-Terre Mercier this morning was 7:51.64.
And Wise just behind that by a second at 7:52.76. And she's going to need a big last 100 here to get underneath that time this morning. Second is Abigail McLeod in lane number 5. And look at this race we got for third in this heat. Cardiff in lane number 1. Nicholson in lane number 9 and looking very strong. Hannah Rutten in lane number 6. Last wall now for Wise as she goes around the 750-meter mark at 8:26.67. She still has to make up a full second on Delphine Mercier from this morning. We'll see what she's got left in the tank over these last 30 meters. Abigail McLeod in second, but here comes Rutten charging home like a freight train in lane number 6. She has gone up into third and challenging for second in this heat. And it's going to be Ellie Wise at the finish. And see what her time is in lane number 5, 8:59.25. That'll be good enough for second overall. Abby McLeod holds on for a 9:01.80, second in this heat, and that will give her third overall in the women's 800-meter freestyle. As we combine those swims from this morning to tonight, great back end swimming for a lot of these swimmers here in our final heat of the 800-meter freestyle for the women. And there we go. That board is combining the swims that we saw this morning as well as the results tonight. So those results are official. Your top 3 finishers, Tara Mercier, Wise, and McLeod. Medal presentations happening after the men's 800-meter freestyle. My apologies, medal presentations will happen during the men's 800-meter freestyle. And speaking of that, these are the finalists for your next event, event number 22, the men's 800-meter freestyle.
Dans le couloir 0 de natation Gatineau, Alexandre Lépine. In lane 1 from Calgary Swimming, Hunter Payne. In lane 2, also from Calgary Swimming, Aiden Giorfi. Dans le couloir 3 de Pointe-Claire, Zach Parise. In lane 4 from the UBC Thunderbirds, Aiden Kirk. Dans le couloir 5 de Pointe-Claire, Oliver Blanchard. In lane 6 from Calgary Swimming, Zachary Bowie. In lane 7 from Crest Swimming, Jacques Harrison. Dans le couloir 8 de Club Aquatique Montréal, Artyom Volodin. And in lane 9 from the Markham Aquatic Club, Alex Yao. This is your top heat for the men's 800-meter freestyle, Mr. Referee.
Top heat of the 800 freestyle is underway. Once again, we'll have our medalists to the awards podium for the women's 800-meter freestyle. Once again, if we can get our medalists for the women's 800-meter freestyle to the awards podium.
This is the award ceremony for the women's 800-meter freestyle. In third place from the Winskill Dolphin Swim Club, Abigail McLeod. In second place from the Cascade Swim Club, Ellie Wise. Et en première position du club Neptune Natation, Delphine Piatera Mercier. Congratulations to all our medalists.
Men's 800-meter freestyle. Coming up to the 200-meter mark, we had a 8:28.90 this morning by Noah Weaver from Island Swimming. That was our top time out of the early heats. Alexander Lepen in lane number 0. He's through 1:59.78. Lepen, he has an entry time, a seat time down at 8:26.60. The record set 2 years ago by Timothée Barbeau. Now time done in Toronto at 8:06.73. Aiden Kirk in lane number 4 is seated underneath that. His entry time is 8:05.0. He won the 1,500-meter freestyle. Picked up a silver medal in the 400-meter individual medley. He's currently sitting second at 2:30.30 split, a second back of Lepen, swimming in lane number 0. And Alexandra Lepine, 3:02.55 through the 300-meter mark. Second up on Kirk, swimming in lane number 4. Third is Oliver Blanchard, swimming for the Point Claire Swim Club. Up with the race leader, swimming in lane number 5. Kirk usually swims with lots of control through the front half of the race before kicking it into high gear on the back end and really starting to move. So we'll see what he does with this one. He's 0.4 of a second back of Lepine, swimming in lane 0, 3:34.3 to 3:34.7. Zachary Parisi in lane number 3, just sitting outside of a podium finish. Back in 4th place as they come to the halfway point. And now Kirk takes over the lead, turning in 4:05.85, 0.3 of a second up on Lepine in 0. And Blanchard sitting a second up on his teammate Parisi as we start into the back half of this 800-meter freestyle for our men. Kirk picking up the pace, 30.9 on that last 50. As he makes his way to the 500, clear body length out ahead of the field. Taking 5:07.6. He's brought down the lapping speed down to 30.8. Blanchard, Lepine, and then Parisi. Maintaining that lapping speed, another 30.8 split. Blanchard is gaining ground on Lapine ever so slightly on each of these 50s. As is Parisi in lane number 3. Now Blanchard moving into second place in lane number 5. And Kirk drops his pace time down to 30.6. Each of these last 450s have been faster than the other with a little bit less than 200 meters to go in this 800 meter freestyle for the men. And Lapine holding a 7/10 of a second lead on Parisi. Now drops to 5/10 as they're getting ready to hit the bell lap. And Kirk dropping to 30.5 on that last 50. And here come the bells, and here goes the last 100 for Aiden Kirk, your race leader in lane number 4, turning at 7:10.38. He'll be very close to the time he put up last year, an 8:11.54. Blanchard in second in lane number 5. Now Jacques Harrison making a good challenge here at the end. He's moved himself into third place, just ahead of the team by 2/10 of a second as they come to the last wall. And Kirk, 25 meters to go and plenty left in the legs as he comes to the finish of the 800 meter freestyle for the men. The 8:28.90 will not stand from this morning. This race is going to go to lane number 4. That's the UBC Thunderbirds, Aiden Kirk, coming into the win in a time of 8:10.86. Second's going to go to lane number 5. That is Point Claire's Oliver Blanchard, time of 8:16.69. And then third is going to go to lane number 3, also Point Claire. That's Zachary Parisi. We will be having awards presentations before our relays. Once again, awards in the men's 800 meter freestyle before our relays. And there we have it. Results on the board are official, as are the final placings. We'll get Kirk, Blanchard, and Parisi to our awards podium.
Let's turn our attention to the medal ceremony for the men's 800 meter freestyle. In third place from the Point Claire Swim Club, Zachary Parisi. In second place, also from the Point Claire Swim Club, Oliver Blanchard. And in first place from the UBC Thunderbirds, Aiden Kirk. Congratulations, medalists.
And with that, it is time to welcome to the pool deck the last race for the women tonight. This is event number 403, the women's 4x100 meter freestyle relay.
In lane 2, we have Team Atlantic. In lane 3, Team Alberta. In lane 4, Team Ontario. In lane 5, Team British Columbia. Dans le couloir 6, l'équipe Québec. And in lane 7, we have Team Canada. This is your final for the women's 4x100 meter freestyle, Madam Referee.
Here we go in our relay initiative event. Quick start in lane number 7 by Team Canada's Ella Jansen. Members of our senior national team swimming in lane number 7. Our provincial teams made up of swimmers 18 years of age and younger based on year of birth. As Jansen first at the 50 wall, 26.75 is the split time. Beside her and behind her is lane number 5. That is Team British Columbia with Marley Windsor. Into third, Renumi Ishwaragi from Team Alberta swimming in lane number 3. Seen all of these names throughout this weekend in our freestyle events as we come to the close of our first leg. Jansen in lane number 7, 55.27 is her split. Passing off to Taylor Ruck, winner of the 100-meter freestyle tonight and new meet record holder in that event. Next into the water is Riley Miller from Team BC, and then Rowan Bifford from Team Alberta in lane number 3. These are your top 3 teams. And Ruck 26-1 on her first 50. Solid splitting by Leah Teagert. Down to 26.5, that's the next fastest 50 split. She's swimming for Team Ontario in lane number 4, looking to move her team up, and she is on her way to getting up to Team Alberta. Ontario now into 3rd place, behind Team British Columbia and the women's senior national team in lane number 7. Riley Taylor Ruck to the wall, Ingrid Wilm in now. 55-0 split for Taylor Ruck as Ingrid Wilm uses that strong underwater, getting very quickly to 15 meters. She's competed as part of Canada's national team relays at the World Short Course Championships freestyle before. 26.5 a split for her. Team Ontario into 2nd. Sorry, TBC still into 2nd. Team Ontario into 3rd. We're a half-second back is the Albertan team in lane number 3. So those are our top 3 junior teams, British Columbia, Ontario, and Alberta. One swimmer left to go for Canada in lane number 7. It's going to be Brooklyn Dothright. British Columbia in lane number 5 is Taryn Weatherhead for Ontario. It's going to be Jordan Richardson, and for Team Alberta, Ellie Wise. Wise just out of the water in that 800-meter freestyle event. Switches gears now to sprint as they have a little bit more than 50 meters to go. Dothright off to a strong first 50 in lane number 7, 26.3. That's one of the fastest first 50s we've seen. And Weatherhead from Team BC turning next in lane number 5, followed by Ontario and then Alberta. Next, it is lane at number 6, that is Team Quebec, followed by Team Atlantic. As we come to the finish of the women's 400-meter freestyle relay, no surprise, it's going to be the women's senior team for Canada, touching the wall at a time of 3:41.07. Next will be Team British Columbia in lane number 5, followed by the Team Ontario swimmers in 4, and then Team Alberta in lane number 3. Quebec in next in lane number 6. followed by Team Atlantic. And results on the board are official. On to our next and our final event now. This is going to be event number 404. This is the men's 4x100 meter freestyle. Please welcome to the pool deck your relay teams.
In lane 2, we have Team Atlantic. In lane 3, Team British Columbia. In lane 4, Team Ontario. Dans le couloir 5, nous avons l'équipe Québec. In lane 6, Team Alberta. And in lane 7, we have Team Canada. This is the men's 4x100 freestyle relay. Mr. Referee.
Off we go in our men's 4x100 meter freestyle relay. We got the men's senior national team swimming in lane number 7. That's Anton Sauvé, Javier Acevedo, Finlay Knox, and Yuri Kissel. Being led out by Sauvé, swimming in lane number 7. 24:06 is his split time. He's followed by lane number 4. That's Team Ontario's Gavin Shinkleshock. And then in lane number 3, that's Team British Columbia with Alex Kamari. And Sauvé having a pretty strong outing here in this 100. Anton Sauvé, 49.89. Passing off now to Javier Acevedo. That's the winner of the 50 meter backstroke tonight. Next is Team Ontario. Got Liam Patterson in the water. Followed by lane at number 5. That is Team Quebec. They're swimming with Etienne Isakoff. Ontario and Quebec very close. As Quebec just gets ahead by a couple tenths of a second on that strong first 50 by Isakoff. Acevedo looking good in lane number 7 as he brings Team Canada to the halfway point out in front. .12 split for Acevedo as he passes off to Finlay Knox. Next is lane number 5, Team Quebec with Alexandre Lepine. Just out of the water in that 800 meter freestyle event. Seeing a few of our swimmers double up from the 800 to the 100 in this relay event. Next is lane number 4, Team Ontario. We've got Gabriel Ardenlaw in the water. Knox swam that 100 meter freestyle final tonight. Anchor leg getting ready to go. It's going to be Yuri Kissel. And Yuri Kissel, the missile is in the water next. 50.36 split for Knox as Kissel dives in. Team Ontario back into second place, just ahead of the team from Quebec. Team Ontario, their anchor leg is Arthur Galliano. For Team Quebec, Oliver Carpenter. And 23.45, the first 50 for Kissel, out very strong. That's We're racing that final tonight of the 100-meter freestyle. And quite a battle happening in 4 and 5 between Ontario and Quebec. Looking to see the next junior team up. It's going to be Team Canada, though, in lane number 7, first to the wall. Time of 3:20.69. Another 50.3 split for Yuri Kissel. And next to the wall, just by 0.2 of a second, it is going to be lane number 4, Team Ontario. Just ahead of the provincial team from Quebec. And then our next junior team will be Team British Columbia, swimming in lane number 3. Thank you very much to all of our volunteers for your hard work today. Thank you to our officials. Thank you to our swimmers, coaches, and teams. This does bring us to an end of Day 2 finals here at the 2026 Speedo Canadian Swimming Open. Results on the board are official.
Swimming Canada would like to thank our partners. Natation Canada tient à remercier ses partenaires. The Government of Canada, le gouvernement du Canada. Speedo, your trusted swim partner from your first splash through every stroke. Speedo, votre partenaire de natation de confiance, de votre premier saut dans l'eau à chaque traction. Bell for better and all the ways it gives back to communities and sport across Canada. Mieux pour tous et toutes les façons dont Bell redonne aux communautés et au sport dans tout le Canada. Chicken Farmers of Canada, proud supporter and official protein of Swimming Canada. Les producteurs de poulets du Canada, fiers partisans et protéines officielles de Natation Canada.